I hope no one hates me after this video. Um, the idea for this video came after I had a conversation with someone yesterday. Um, we had a conversation about two gay males that she knew through social media. One of them, very handsome man, um, was molested as a child, and he's always been out as being a gay male. The other male has had children by several different women. Um, was covering up the fact that he was a gay man, having relationships with women, having children with these women again. And now he is openly gay, posting pictures of himself and other men on Facebook, discussing how, he can take a man away from a woman, things like that. Um, After looking at some of his comments, I thought to myself, how does this happen? Personally, I'd like to know what the correlation between our young boys being molested as children and becoming gay young men. What is the percentage of young men who have been molested and are now gay? How does that tie in? How does that connect, or does it connect? And before I started this video, I didn't do any research, so I don't know if there's been a study on that. But I'm just, me personally, just my opinion, I do not believe that anyone is born gay. I do believe a lot of that comes from upbringing, and a lot of it comes from maybe some childhood traumas. It doesn't always have to be molestation. It could be anything. And I did a video on anxiety and childhood trauma, and I also did a video on single ladies and with children and dating. And I believe those two videos kind of tie into this one. Childhood traumas can cause us to veer off of whatever path may have been meant for us and onto a different road. And I do believe that as single moms, we are our children's frontline defense. We are there to protect them, and if we aren't protecting them, who is? No one. When my kids were growing up, after my divorce, I was very leery about who I allowed around my kids. I was very leery about whose house they could spend the night at. I always had a house full of little boys and little girls at my house because I was just more comfortable knowing I can put my eyes on my kids at any time. I kept thinking, 2 hours, even an hour at a friend's home can change the course of one of my kids' lives forever. It only takes so many minutes for a predator to harm your child. I do believe as women in the household, we are the protectors of our little boys and little girls when we're single parents. When there's a two-parent household, mama and daddy have to be the protector of those children. Boys and girls. Pedophiles don't have a preference. Okay. They do have a preference. Some like boys, some like girls, some like both. But the bottom line is, I think that when I was growing up, a lot of people thought, okay, we have to protect our little girls because men are messing with little girls, not knowing that they should have been protecting the little boys as well. It's a crazy, crazy world we live in. When you have to think that your children can't go outside to play without you keeping a really close eye on them. They could disappear and have horrible things happen to them. You know, you can invite someone into your home, into your circle, and that person could do things to your child when you're not around and just change, again, the course of their lives forever. Be the frontline defense for your children. Now, what I've been wondering is why a lot of gay men feel that once they come out, they have to be angry and be on the attack. You know, it's to me to say that you can take a woman's man, and you know, things like that mean that you are on attack. You're waiting for someone to attack you. But again, I do not believe that little boys and little girls are born gay. I do believe that a lot of that has to do with childhood traumas, not just being molested. It could be anything. We as parents have to talk to our children. You know, I think a lot of people say, well, why didn't he tell someone? Or why didn't she tell someone? It's not that easy. Now, I want to look at those people and say, so when you were a child, if something like that had happened to you, would you have run to your mother or run to your father and said, hey, this person has hurt me. What can we do about it? As an adult, if someone assaults you, sexually assaults you, do you have the courage to wipe the tears from your eyes and tell someone hurt me, can you help me? A lot of women, a lot of men, adults are traumatized by sexual assaults so badly that they're too ashamed to ask for help. They're too ashamed to turn in the person who harmed them. So how do we expect for our children to come to us and say, hey, I've been hurt, help me, help me? We can't. You know, when my kids were little, as soon as they learned how to talk, you know, if they went somewhere with a relative, or, you know, they come back. Yes, I say relatives. You don't know who's doing things to children these days. You know, I would say, hey, did anyone touch you here? 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 You know, I wanted them to know you don't have to be too afraid to come to your mother to say, someone's hurting me. Because your mom's going to come to you and ask, what's going on? Did anyone touch you? And I think that we as parents have to be that assertive with our children and ask them questions. Ask them the difficult questions, because those are the questions that may save their lives. Again, I'm going to do some research and see if there's been a study, and maybe do another video and maybe have a couple of people come in and speak on this with me, make it a little more interesting. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave them at the bottom. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I hope that I didn't offend anyone. This is just me being curious and just putting it out there. If you have any answers, if you're, you know, a little more well-rounded in this topic than I am, leave a comment below. Just be respectful and know that I have nothing against anyone, race, gender. I don't care what you are. You know, if you're good to me, I'm good to you. I just thought, you know, where is the line? What is the percentage? What has happened? As you can tell, I'm a little confused on it. But I just thought it was an interesting topic and thought I'd put it out there. So again, if you have any questions or comments, anything to share with me on the topic, please leave those at the bottom and I'll get back with you. An open dialogue is important.